if you are 50 and up and your dreams have not came true, stay away from young people because you have no answers. You only have experiences. And based off of your experiences, they're probably leading to a road that a young person does not want to go down. And you're probably at a destination that a young person does not want to be at. It should be illegal for somebody to be 50 and unsuccessful to be around somebody that is young and striving after their dreams. They're only going to hurt you. They're only going to be a detriment. They serve no purpose of goodness. Anytime you hear somebody 50 and up that is unsuccessful talking to you about their experience, you usually find out how they wasn't enough. That's all their whole story is here's how I wasn't enough around this person. Here's how I wasn't enough around that person. Here's this one time where I thought I was enough, and then when I showed up, I found out, damn, I really wasn't enough. And every person 50 and up that's unsuccessful, they got a whole bunch of pictures with successful people. Oh, man, they whole album is full of people that made it that was enough. And pretty much every one of them people be like, oh, yeah, I know him. Yeah? Where you know him from? Oh, man, we had all went to this thing, and he wasn't enough. Let's start the show.
Blah, blah, blah.
That's all
blah,
we
blah,
chasing.
blah, blah, blah,
You
blah,
know?
blah, blah, blah.
And they call it
Trey, just
the
get to the
pursuit of
part where you
happiness,
say, let's
which is
start the
start
show.
If you volunteer to give me a ride, do I owe you gas?
I kept telling them, boy, I can't wait till a bitch destroy you. I can't wait.
Once we have seen your naked ass, we don't take a lot of things that you say seriously.
That album is for niggas with yachts and jets and who know what the fuck escrow is.
But he was walking around just too much sunshine in his face. It was pissing me off. You gotta meditate after you fuck dirty bitches. You have to. You got to meditate after so that you actually reconcile and deal with that shit and let it wash away.
Welcome to another episode of the Tutson Interruption. My name is Trey Tutson, and bro, I'm out here. I gotta find a studio. I gotta find somewhere to record these at because I have to pack everything with me, and it be looking like a girl just put me out with my podcast equipment. It be looking like a chick be like, get out, take your clothes. Or not even take your clothes, just be like, you need to leave with what you came with. And you just see my ass walking down the street with a tripod and a Zoom recorder looking for a location. We are here though, bro. I'm in a decent mood. It feels good outside. I got my arms out because it was hot than a sumbitch. That's what it's like in Houston, Texas. You know what I mean? It starts off one way and then it goes another way. You usually have a jacket on in the daytime, and then by the evening you got on a damn short set. So that's why I'm at with it right now. So that's why my arms is out. I'm out of shape as hell. No, I'm getting old and out of shape. Every time I walk by the mirror, I think my daddy didn't pay me a visit. Just walk by the mirror and be like, damn, when did you get a key? But, bro, you know, the cold open was making me think about a lot of stuff because I be around people, bro. I've been around enough people where I've been able to hear a lot of these people's experiences and the stuff that they talk about, and, you know, they don't really have. It's a lot of people that I'm around that don't really have a lot to offer as far as conversation goes. You know, what annoys me, bro, as I sit here and do a podcast, is be around people that they only want to talk about themselves. And a lot of their achievements, or that are achievements to them, it really don't be about shit. Man, let me tell y'all something, bro. I've learned. This is where I'm at as a space. Just as I'm learning shit, I ain't telling nobody about nobody else I met. I've got to meet I've got to meet most of my heroes. I've got to meet most of them, with the exception of a couple. But I've met most of my heroes, and that's it. The experiences, oh yeah, I met him and that was that. Didn't get close with them, you just, some of them, a couple of them, but that's it. And, the whole cliche of never meet your heroes, they only disappoint you, it's not really true. Your expectation needs to be adjusted. When you meet whoever you meet, don't expect to meet the person being the way that they are through their art that made you like them. Like, meet them and want to connect a little further as a human being. Little hint, just a little nugget to you. If somebody you really like that's in art, if you ever get a chance to meet them, try to connect with them on a human level. Ask them a human question. Don't ask them stuff from their art. Don't ask them to say something about. Don't ask them to quote something that's like a famous line from something that they was on. Don't ask them stuff about the show, what you know them from. Just ask them human shit. Yo, what you eat? Just maybe even like, what did you eat today? Yo, you in town? What's the favorite spot you like to go to out here? Wherever you seeing them at. Yo, what are you doing in town? Just, hey, how you doing today? Do you know how crazy it would if you was a fan and you saw the person you like and you asked them, how are you doing today? How are you feeling today? A lot of them might just whatever, but just ask a human thing. Try to be a human to human with them. But there are some people out there that meeting other successful people is a success to them. Just because you meet a successful person, that doesn't mean that you're also successful. That's a weird thing to me, that that thing that'd be like, you belong in this room, you belong here, you belong there. Man, look, if you brought along with somebody's if you brought along to join somebody in their journey, that is an example of like, you belong here, right? There's this story that this guy Bentley Cow Evans, who's like producer, creator of like I think the Jamie Foxx show was one of the I think that's a show he was a creator on, but one of the shows he was a writer, producer on was the Martin Show. And he did a bunch of the stuff in the 90s. He did a bunch of shows, like long list on his resume, right? But when he went to go do the show with Martin brought him in there, and he was supposed to, he going in and he's gonna help Martin write the show. And then when they go inside, Martin's getting ready to go inside into the meeting. They were like, "Well, Martin, you can come in. Your friend can stay out here." And this dude, trying not to step on any toes, he's like, "All right, yeah, cool. I'll stay right here." And Martin was like, "No, I'm not going in if he can't come in with me." They go through the meeting or whatever. When they get back into the car to drive off, Martin was quiet and then looked at Billy Cow Evans, was like, "Hey, man, don't ever do that again. If I bring you in there, you got to act like you belong there." Right? Now, that's somebody bringing you along on their journey. If somebody come into town and they're like, "Hey, man," I can only talk comedy-wise, but if somebody come into town and they go, "Hey, man, they got any locals around here?" Yeah. And then you show up and you go there, bro, it don't necessarily mean you belong there. Somebody just put you there. I just don't know how to pretend, right? I don't know how to pretend in that manner. I believe in, like, there's a level of self-awareness and delusion that you got to have, and it's up to you to figure out what that balance is. You gotta know. You gotta be aware of what you are. I have to be. I'm learning to be aware of some shit, right, bro? Earlier, this is Friday that just passed. Okay, Friday that just passed. I like to read now. Y'all know from the last podcast I told you. I'm a old soul now. Nothing is a better day to me than a cup of coffee with like a newspaper in a park, like quiet, like very quiet. The sun is just coming up. This is ideal. I haven't done this yet, but this sounds like a perfect morning. Right? You just up, you're reading, you got a fucking cup of Joe. Cup of Joe. Why do they call it a cup of Joe? I hope it's not racist. I feel like everything we Google leads to some racist road. I ain't gonna lie, that's gotta suck for racists, right? That's gotta suck for these people that had all these little inside jokes that had became these popular sayings. They just sit there like, yeah, look, no one fucking knows. And then Google fucked it all up. Google fucked up all these guys' inside jokes. One click away from revealing what your fucking inside joke was for a century. But, bro, I like to sit and I like to read. And I saw in People magazine, because I like relevancy. No, I'm reading pop culture, the pop culture. I'm reading People magazine. And I had saw that the guy Joe Gatto, or Gatto, I don't know, Joe from the Impractical Jokers, a lady was accusing him of an SA. We know what an SA is. Right? She's accusing this guy of assault, right? And I read the story. Like I used to be a guy that would just straight up, soon as I see it, I would go, yep, fuck that. The lady's lying. For the most part, she's lying. She wants a bag out of it. Get her out of here, whatever, right? Then things kind of elevated to people being like, believe all women. That's insane. Women don't even believe all women. So why the fuck are you saying this? And then you get these men that were bitch raised, right? You get these men that were mostly raised by their mothers, so they don't really even know how to fully think. Right? They don't even know how to fully think. So you get these men that be like, well, believe all women just means to make sure that you hear the woman's story first before you decide if yeah. It's like, look, I'm not a fucking judge or jury or whatever. I don't need to do any of that. Okay? I can just continue to go off of my gut. My gut tells me this. But, man, it's something about when you running all the way into one direction and then you hit your head and then you end up going into another direction, right? That fucking, I don't know what game that is. But, anyway, I'm reading, and it says that this guy got in trouble, right? So I'm like, all right, I wonder what this story is about. I read the story, bro. He's in, like, one of these towns. I think he's in, like, Milwaukee or, like, Minnesota. He's, like, somewhere in the Midwest, and he's doing a show. And you get an inbox from this girl that's like, hey, big fan of you, would love to go to go to your show that's in town tonight. He's like, okay, cool. DMs the girls like, yo, not only will I give you tickets, I'll give you VIP tickets with the meet and greet. 2 tickets, VIP, meet and greet, yada, 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 right? So she's like, cool. So she shows up to the show by herself, does her thing, goes, the show's over with, meet and greet, does it. He goes, hey, look, if you want to continue this or whatever, here's my hotel information if you want to come through, right? Hitting her with the Cassidy and R. Kelly. Girl, you want to come to my hotel? It leads to a dungeon. Anyway. So, anyway, R. Kelly with a dungeon of young girls. All right. So he's like, look, you can come to my hotel. Now, she's sitting there. She's like, okay, whatever. So then she goes to his hotel. It's 2:26 in the morning. Now look, there's the statement that says if you go to somebody's hotel at a certain hour, that means that you know what's up for the cards. I would say on some social level, yes. Like there is this understanding. However, no one is obligated to do anything at that hour, right? It would be very stupid and a waste of fucking time if I say come to my hotel at 2 in the morning and you show up and you're like, oh, I bought games. Like, I don't want to play no motherfucking games. Unless we playing bust down games. So she goes to the hotel and and I quote her, things begin to happen. And she says that he took it afterwards. She says that he took advantage of her. And she shows where she was wrongfully abused, where he bit her on the butt cheek, and there's this big bruise from the bite. Now, I read this and I go, this girl's full of shit. By the way, she's 19 years old. This nigga's 48, and she's 19. So, yeah, right? I couldn't do it. I'm not even at all. I'm 32 years old. If a 19-year-old girl was trying to hook up, I don't think I could do it. I honestly do not think I could do it. Number one, the fear that would go through my body as her and I are disrobing. I don't know if I could do it. I like to make out before I get involved. That's like a part of my foreplay is making out. And, bro, if I just, you know what I mean, just tasting, like, the fruit snacks and the Lunchables and the applesauce on her breath, I think it would just turn me off. I'd just be like, I can't do it, baby girl. I just can't. Why? I don't know, sweetie. It's the yogurt melt that is on your breath that is just making this feel inappropriate. I can't do it. I'm so sorry. Yeah. No, you should go. Yeah. Thank you. Please don't forget your scrunchie. So I don't know, right? But this guy, he's mentally, I'll just say he's mentally stronger than me. He could just go through with the shit. So time goes by, the girl comes out and said that he abused her. And that was that. Now, my whole thought was like, okay, I don't think that's what happened, sweetheart. I think you hooked up with you met somebody that you grew up a fan of. You put yourself in a position, very easily, by the way, to have sex with this person, to get close with them, to have sex with this person. And you had sex with the person, and you found out at 19 years old that you are a bust down. I know for a fact that this man being 48 and you being 19, you in his hotel room 2 in the morning after he done did shows and have been drinking, that man fucked the dog shit out you. He fucked the dog shit out you. He was fucking you so good it led to him biting you on the ass and bruising it. And you had never been fucked like that. I'm assuming at 19 you never had dick like that. You never had a person fuck you that was on the verge of losing a wife and then somehow finagled their way into reconciling. You ain't never had that. You ain't never had a dude that is fucking you after he done saved his marriage. You ain't never had that. You ain't never had reconciliation, dick. So you got some of that that reconcile, right? You got fucked. And, now you feeling weird. You haven't heard from this motherfucker. No more DMs, no more this, no more that. So she posts all the shit on TikTok. She further goes and she posts all the shit on TikTok. This motherfucker did this to me. Yada, yada, yada. It got no attention. Time goes by, she posts it again, and for whatever reason this time, it takes off. It picks up, it goes viral, everybody's seeing it, it's going crazy. She's posting the screenshots from when they were communicating to hook up later that day, which is strange to me. He sends all the details. Yo, I'll come get you out of the elevator. This is where I'm at. Let me know when you're here. And then he slides the shit on IG to go into vanish mode. So it's obvious. The gentleman had been listening to 21 Savage. What did 21 say? I DM in vanish mode. I do that shit a lot. Yeah, you better text in vanish mode. She's like, it got a little creepy. It didn't get creepy. He's trying not to get caught fucking over his wife again. But you're not going to know that because you're 19. So, time goes by. Nines circulate. Nines popping. And that's what I'm thinking. My initial thought is, you bugging, little girl. You are bugging. This is a national treasure, okay? This is an impractical joker. This is somebody that has helped me get through boring summers at my grandmother's house. There's no way, okay? This is somebody that has gave me a laugh after I am hammered in my living room and I'm just trying to stay afloat and not go through a depressional spiral. Depressional? No, depressing spiral. This is an impractical joker. Are you kidding me? Are you telling me the impractical joker has become an impractical poker? That's that what you're saying to me right now? The impractical stroker. The impractical choker. All right, I'm done. I just want to see how many puns we can get off. But it's not, that can't be what you're telling me, right? Man, I'm like, yeah, that's some bullshit. I can't wait. I'm going to talk about this on the podcast about how people need to teach their daughters about when they are bust down. You should have a close enough relationship with your kids that you're able to tell them who and what they are in a particular situation. Okay? You should be able to do that. Your daughter say, Dad, this happened, yada, yada, yada. Sorry, baby girl, to break this down to you, but you was a bust down in that situation. And everybody's been some of that to somebody. We all take turns being a piece of ass to somebody. It just happens. Sometimes, especially as a guy, sometimes when you talking to a girl, you realize like, yo, I'm still going to fuck, but now my next move is to figure out how well am I going to fuck her so that my reputation isn't bad? Because I don't know if she knows certain people that I might know. So I want to make sure my reputation is good. But also, I want to make detaching from her as smooth as possible. And it works the same way. Women do the same thing. They're like, yeah, we had a nice day. We had this. It was cool. It was fun. I'm going to fuck this dude, but I don't really want to hear from him again. We all a piece of ass to each other. So, you got to be taught that. That was my whole goal. I was like, yeah, I can't wait to do this shit and record and say this to everybody. And then I went to People Magazine again and found out that 5 other women had the same story. I was like, well, Joe, that's your ass. I knew he did. This is how you know he's super guilty of this shit. His statement was so fucked up. His statement was basically like, I let everybody down. So I'm going to be taking a break from the public eye to refocus on myself. Man, listen, bro, I don't think, I think when multiple women come out and say, you have sexually assaulted them, I don't think it's no rehab. Ain't no rehab for great, bro. Ain't no rape rehab, bro. I don't think that exists. I don't think you can go, I don't think it's a 12-step program for no means no. I don't think like you can I don't think you can do that. I mean, there's situations where shit, there's situations where there's a misunderstanding. There's definitely a situation where there's misunderstanding. There's situations where motherfuckers lie later. But I do want to know this though. What is the number? Now, obviously, for situations like this, the number is 1. Everybody with the obvious number is to be like 1. If one person says it, then there's no telling how many people there actually is. That's just the ones we know about. And blah, 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 blah. But 1 ain't gonna really 1 ain't gonna change your mind. One ain't enough. Let's just be real. One is not enough to fully destroy you. Depending on who the 1 is. If it's a 1 of status, you might be fucked. If it's a 1 of status, you might be fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like if Taylor Swift came out and said that she had a bad run-in with Travis Kelce, that's the end of his shit. That could be the end of his shit. That's a personal status where you like, damn, you fucked up, big dog. We don't, even if she lying, you fuck. You can't have. It's just certain shit you can't even have be an accusation from certain sources. This is just real shit. So it's like, what's the number? What's the number that make you go, ah, shit? For me, it's the number is 6. Once you get to 6, it's like, yeah, he fucked up. Because at least 2 of them telling the truth. Because if 6 come out, that mean you did it to 10 of them. But I just don't know, though. I don't know, bro. So I don't even know. And it's weird, bro. It's really weird. I wonder this. He left the so Joe Gatto. Joe left the show. Joe left Impractical Jokers in 2022. Here's what I really wonder. If he left the show in 2022 and they was touring, they was doing all kind of shit, I wonder if he was already on this. And that's what led to his wife being like, I can't fuck with you. You a big ass hoe bag on the road. You doing all this wild shit. This shit coming back to us. It's popping up all over the place. What the fuck you got going on, Joe? I'm out this shit. And then he was like, I'm leaving the show for personal issues in my life. And then we find out his wife wanted a divorce. Okay? Then they get back together. Then when they get back together, all these women come out and say that he has assaulted them. So I wonder if that's what he was trying to get ahead of. But he fucked up, bro. It's like you can't. He fucked up because he was still doing stand-up dates and shit. Motherfucker was still touring and shit. He was still out there he's still out there getting a bag. Which, I mean, I get it, but that's one of them things that ain't going nowhere. That shit gonna follow you for sure. If you out here, you doing shit like that, you need to figure out a way. You gotta get ahead of that shit. Like, you gotta go to another country, nigga. That motherfucker that owned Girls Gone Wild, that's what he did. That motherfucker posted up in Mexico. Like, no, yeah, I wish you would. You also could just not do it. That's a good idea, too. I have never had any desire to fuck somebody that didn't want to fuck me. Ever. Most men don't. That's why most men get upset about goofy shit. That's why most men don't like hearing. You hear men complain about women, lady rap. When ladies be they be like, that's all they talk about is pussy this and dick that and sucky and fucky. Get this shit off my radio. Get this shit out of my AirPods. I don't want to hear this shit, right? But it's only because it's somebody that is way out. They got no shot at fucking that's talking about fucking. That's not a fun fantasy. That shit is not a fun fantasy at all. What you need is rap. You need women. Men want to hear women that they could possibly fuck rap. If you want to hear men really be into lady rap, they need to hear women that they could possibly fuck rapping. Bitches that work at Dollar Tree and shit like that. Like, we need that. Bitches that shop at Dollar Tree. That's what the fuck we need. All right. I'm never jumping the gun again, bro. I think I'm gonna just when one person, if there's an allegation out upon somebody or an accusation out upon somebody, here go the other fucked up thing too. I'm thinking about with this case. Okay, nigga, you part of a group. Okay, I wonder if the other jokers knew what this motherfucker was up to. Cause I was just talking to some friends about this shit. Okay, you my boy. If we friends, we fucking friends. Okay, whether you fuck up or not, we friends. You my friend. I may disagree with what the fuck you done did, but if I say you my friend, you my goddamn friend. So as your friend, if you fuck up in a major way, you need to tell me that you fucked up. You need to tell me that you fucked up and how you fucked up. That way I know how to defend you when I go out into the world. Okay? Don't tell me you didn't do shit and then I go out in the world and I got the he didn't do shit energy when I'm defending you. Hell no, nigga, y'all don't know my nigga like that. I don't even try to do him like that, bro. He wouldn't even do no whole ass shit like. I'm all aggressive. Don't do that to me. Let me know you fucked up so that I can go in there with the right energy. Well, look here, y'all. We don't need to judge nobody, okay? We all make mistakes. Shit get wild. And look, y'all, we don't know what happened. None of us was there. That's between him and the person that he was in it with it, okay? So I think some of us need to just ease off and not be pressing the gas so much. And I'm not just saying this because he my friend. If you ever hear a nigga defend somebody like that, if they defend them with, I ain't saying it just because he my friend, they friend guilty. The friend did it. The friend fucking did it. Because you ain't got to say that shit. Okay. Well, guys, I don't know how this episode felt, but it felt good to me. It felt real mellow. I stayed on one subject for a while. But him, Joe Gatto, that's somebody almost in his 50s. I don't know if his dreams came true. I don't know what he wanted to be. But as you can see, that's a nigga pressing up against 50 that shouldn't be around young people. Because like I said, when your ass is old and you around young people, you are most likely looking to fuck them over or fuck them. And that shit is just not allowed. For where I'm at, the mentality that I'm developing, get your old unsuccessful ass away from me, dog. I wonder what's worse though, an old woman that's unsuccessful, like an old bitter bitch, or an old bitter fuckhead. Like whatever. I don't want to just say. I want to be derogatory on both sides. What's worse though, an old bitter woman or an old bitter man? Which one is worse? Which one is worse? I think. Look, and I'm not trying to be sexist, but I think woman, mainly because there's like hormonal issues that's also connected to their bitterness. You know what I mean? An old bitter lady going through menopause. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never had a bitch hate you and have hot flashes. That's boy, you dealing with a whole different bag of energy right there. All right, anyway, this has been another episode of the Tutson Interruption. I've had fun. Look here, guys. March 31st, I will be at the Secret Group at 8 p.m. I'll be doing a show where I'm just talking shit. I've themed the show before I get out of here. And it's really just me talking like a whole bunch of Cash Money shit about people I've met and just different bullshit that I've dealt with. And it's kind of like an extension of the podcast. So I don't know who's going to see this, when you're going to see this, but that's why I'll be at March 31st. And April 2nd, I'll be doing another night. I'll be at Cap City Comedy Club in Austin, Texas. And I'll be there. It'll be basically a better version of the show from the 31st. I'm having a good time. I'm having fun, and then right after that, I'll leave, get on a plane, go to Vancouver, and I'll be doing a few dates with Mo Amer on the road. And that's my dude. That's my brother through anything. He's been better to me than most comedians that I've come across. Just because obviously some of the obvious stuff, right? Put me on Netflix. You know, just having me the main thing. This is the biggest reason I love Mo, and I'm getting out of here. Mo Amer has allowed me to be close to him while he has made his show and work on his special. I saw the hour special that he's gonna tape. I saw it from joke number 1. I've seen it from dead scratch when it was just nothing, and I've seen him build this whole thing together and then figure out what it really means and the story arc to it, the through line. I've got to actually see it done at a high level, and it to be put out, on a global platform like Netflix. That is something like that is like you can't put value on it, and it's just extremely priceless, and it's extremely helpful because I now know what energy to chase, and I now know what energy I need to be in for when I'm in a situation like that. So I'll be on the road with that guy for whatever dates it is that he gives me. He is dope. He's a big brother. So, all right, I'm done. This is just the Wednesday. I got to tape again. We'll do it again. So look, thank you guys again. This has been another episode. I will talk to you guys again on Saturday. Adios, everybody. Take care.